We know you are with us today, Miss Alyssa Galjour, and we hope we have made you proud. And now, Miss Gay Jeremy, principal of South Lafourche High School, accompanied by her assistant principals, Miss Anne Robert, Miss Jessica LeBlanc, and Miss Allison Chasse will join us on the track. Where our homecoming court will be presented. All of our homecoming court members are students of the senior class of 2021. One of these senior maids will be crowned Homecoming Queen 2020, and one of these gentlemen will be named our 2020 Homecoming King in minutes. Please welcome our first maid, Miss Abigail Adams. She is the daughter of Libby and Matthew Adams. Her father is escorting her today. Abigail is a member of the band, Tartanet manager, and a music leader for her church's Vacation Bible School. She enjoys traveling, camping, and spending time with her friends and family. Her plans are to attend Southeastern Louisiana University to become an elementary school teacher. Abigail's escort is Mr. Nathan Oakland. Nathan is the son of Donnie and Renee Oakland. Nathan is a member of the Tarpon football team. He enjoys fishing, hunting, and going to the gym. Nathan plans to attend Nicholls State University to become a physician's assistant. Court members, Miss Abigail Adams and Mr. Nathan Oakland. The second homecoming maid is Miss Jaylee Bourret. She is the daughter of Danielle and Jason Bourret. She is being escorted by her father. Jaylee enjoys dancing, singing, and working out at the gym. She is a member of the Pride of South Lafourche Marching Band, 4-year member of the varsity track and field team, as well as a member of the talented and gifted music program here at South Lafourche. Her plans are to attend the University of Louisiana in Lafayette to become a psychiatrist. Jaylee's escort is Mr. Joby Jeremy. Joby is the son of Jody and Tanya Jeremy. Joby is also a member of the Pride of South Lafourche Marching Tarpon Band, co-president of the Math and Science Club, as well as a member of National Honor Society. He enjoys fishing with his friends, playing in the band, and going to Disney World. His plans include attending Louisiana Tech to become a mechanical engineer. Court members, Ms. Jaylee Bourret and Mr. Joby Jeremy. Our next homecoming maid is Miss Megan Alexis Bouchigard. Megan is the daughter of Tracy and Eddie Bouchigard, and Megan's father is her escort tonight. Megan is serving as the senior class president, SLHS varsity cheer captain, and was the Hobie ambassador. She enjoys fishing, traveling, and volunteering in her spare time. She plans to attend Baylor University to become an ophthalmologist. Megan's escort is Mr. Daniel Emord. Daniel is the son of Leslie Emord. He is a member of the band, tennis team, and received the Diocese Service and Youth Leadership Award. He enjoys playing video games, hanging out with friends, and listening to music. He plans to attend Louisiana Tech University and pursue a degree in computer science. Court members, Ms. Megan Bouchigard and Mr. Daniel Emord. Next is our homecoming maid, Miss Elena Lynn Colley. Elena is the daughter of Amy and Tad Colley, and her father is escorting her today. Elena is a member of the Tarpon Student Council, was selected as an Honesty and Integrity Award nominee, and participates in the Catholic Youth Organization's Steubenville conferences. Elena enjoys spending time with her family and friends, fishing with her dad, and watching Netflix. Her future plans are to become a radiology technician. Elena's escort is Mr. Brady Hebert. Brady is the son of Belle and Selena Hebert. He is a 3-year member of
of the tennis team, was a freshman class officer, and a member of the FFA soil judging and small engine team. He enjoys modifying his truck, hunting, and hanging out with his partner. After Brady graduates, he plans to join the military specializing in infantry. Court members, Ms. Elena Kale and Mr. Brady Adair.
Our next homecoming maid is Miss Maggie Mae Jeremy. She is the daughter of Jake and Casey Jeremy, and Maggie's father is escorting her today. Maggie is a member of the South Lafourche varsity cheerleaders, has served her class as an officer for the past 4 years, and was a Girl State representative. She enjoys coaching cheer at All-Star Cheer Academy, shopping and spending time with family and friends. Maggie's goals are to obtain a master's degree in elementary education from Nicholls State University. Maggie's escort is Mr. Matthew Jalbert. Matthew is the son of Robert and Abby Jalbert. Matthew is a member of the varsity Tarpon football and baseball team. He enjoys working out, spending time with family and friends, and following his favorite sports team. Matthew's plans include attending Nicholls State University or Louisiana Tech to become an engineer. Court members, Ms. Maggie Jeremy and Mr. Matthew Jalbert. Homecoming maid, Ms. Jenna Claire Emord. She is the daughter of Melissa and Jerome Emord, and her father is her escort today. Jenna is the National Honor Society treasurer, senior class representative, and a member of the varsity softball team. She loves spending time with friends and family, going to the gym, and taking naps. Jenna's plans include attending LSU to become a pediatric dentist. Jenna's escort is Mr. Miles Mathern. Miles is the son of Dwight and Kim Mathern. He is a member of the SL varsity baseball team, student council officer, and a member of Fraternus of South Lafourche. Miles enjoys hanging out with friends and family, playing baseball, and hunting and fishing. His plan after graduation is to continue playing baseball while earning a degree in kinesiology. Court members, Ms. Jenna Emord and Mr. Miles Mathern.
Our next homecoming maid is Miss Allie Fournier. She is the daughter of Lane and Holly Fournier. Her father is escorting her today. Allie is a member of the National Honor Society, a multi-sport athlete, and an officer for both student council and the senior class. She enjoys shopping, hanging out with family and friends, and playing with her dolls. Her future plans are to become a business financial advisor. Allie's escort is Mr. Joseph Pierce. Joseph is the son of Kyle and Amy Pierce. He is a member of the football and track team and also serves as an usher for church. He enjoys hunting and fishing, spending time with his family, playing the guitar, and writing music. He plans to attend Baton Rouge Community College to become a physical therapist. Court members, Miss Allie Fournier and Mr. Joseph Pierce. Homecoming maid, Miss Caroline Marie Grove. She is the daughter of Shanti and Kevin Grove, who is escorting her today. Caroline is a 2-year member of the cross-country team, a 4-year member of the varsity track and field team, and student council member. Caroline enjoys running, going to the beach, and going on impromptu adventures with her friends. Caroline plans to attend LSU to become an apparel designer. Caroline's escort is Mr. Braxton Peete. Braxton is the son of Carol and Dawn Peete. He is a member of the Tarpon football and track team. Braxton likes to hunt, fish, and hang out with his friends. He plans to attend Louisiana College to become a radiologist. Court members, Miss Caroline Grove and Mr. Braxton Peete.
The next homecoming maid is Miss Lauren Helmer. She is the daughter of Mary and Ronald Helmer Jr., and her father is her escort. She is a member of National Honor Society, SL Ladies Tarpon soccer team, and a leader for Bible school at her church. Lauren enjoys baking for her family and friends, especially brownies, playing with her dog Bandit, and going on coffee runs and Bible studies with her sister Olivia. She plans to attend ULL and continue on to LSU in order to become a lawyer. Lauren's escort is Mr. Grant Rebstock. Grant is the son of Jack and Sherelle Rebstock. Grant is the vice president for the senior class as well as 4-H. He is also the president of National Honor Society. He enjoys art, the piano, and spending time with friends and family. His future plans include majoring in theology at either LSU or Nicholls State. Court members, Miss Lauren Helmer and Mr. Grant Rebstock. Our next homecoming maid is Miss Katie Marie Luviere. She is the daughter of Peter and Bonnie Luviere, and her father is escorting her. She is the vice president of the senior class and National Honor Society, and the president of SL 4-H Club. Katie enjoys fishing, volunteering at church, and spending time with her family. Her plans include attending Nicholls State University to earn a degree in nursing. Katie's escort is Mr. Joshua C&O. He is the son of Jason and Priscilla C&O. Joshua is a member of the football team, serves as the senior class secretary and vice president of Tarpon Student Council. He enjoys hanging out with his friends, spending time with his family, and playing golf. Joshua plans to attend Nicholls, continuing his education at LSU to become a nurse anesthetist. Court members, Miss Katie Luviere and Mr. Joshua Siena.
Our next homecoming maid is Miss Bailey Lafourche. She is the daughter of Pete and Helene Lafourche, and Bailey's father is escorting her today. She is a senior class representative, member of the Tarpon volleyball team for the past 3 years, and the varsity softball team for 4 years. She enjoys playing club volleyball, traveling, and hanging out with family and friends. Her goal is to obtain a degree in multimedia journalism from ULL or LSU. Bailey's escort is Mr. Francois Terrebonne. He is the son of Hank and Fawn Terrebonne. Francois is a member of the football and track team. He enjoys fishing, hunting, and spending time with friends and family. Francois plans to obtain a degree in financial management from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. Court members, Ms. Bailey Lafourche and Mr. Francois Terrebonne. Our next homecoming maid is Miss Abigail. She is the daughter of Betty and Martha O'Dell and Jasmine Forsander. Allie's father is escorting her today. She is a 4-year member of the varsity cheer team, serving as co-captain. She was selected as a girls' state participant as well as a Hobie Leadership Camp participant. She adores spending time with her dog Zeus, competing at cheer competitions with her squad, and working out with her parents at the gym. Her plans is to attend ULL, studying political science, and moving on to law school upon graduation. Allie's escort is Mr. Lee. Lee is the son of Ginger and Chantel Lee. Football and track team. He enjoys duck hunting, fishing, and spending time at the camp. He plans to attend the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, where he will graduate with a degree in petroleum engineering. Court members, Miss Allie O'Gale and Mr. Reese Toots.
Our next homecoming maid is Miss Leah Portillo. She is the daughter of Saida Cantarero and Jose Portillo. She is being escorted by her brother, Specialist Eber Portillo. Leah serves as the secretary for both National Honor Society and the Math and Science Club, a member of the SL Band and Lady Tarpon soccer team. She enjoys reading books, sewing and modifying clothes, and playing soccer. Leah plans to attend college to become a journalist. Leah's escort is Mr. Tyler Tran. Tyler is the son of Hong and Brooke Tran. He is a member of the Pride of South African's Tarpon Band, serves as historian of National Honor Society, and co-president of the Math and Science Club. Tyler enjoys reading, baking, and playing tennis. Tyler plans to attend Xavier University of Louisiana to become a physician. Court members Ms. Leah Portillo and Mr. Tyler Tran. Our next homecoming maid is Miss Hallie Claire Terrebonne. She is the daughter of Adrian and Cy Terrebonne. Hallie's escort is her father. Hallie is a senior class representative, co-captain of the varsity cheerleaders, and an active Relay for Life volunteer. Some of Hallie's favorite things include spending time outside, especially at the beach, cheering under the Friday night lights, and spending time with her friends and family. Hallie's future plans include attending Nicholls State University to become a speech pathologist. Hallie's escort is Mr. Kendall Walker. Kendall is the son of Cassie Bruce and Jason Walker. He is a member of the Tarpon football, basketball, and track teams. Kendall enjoys fishing, playing golf, and lifting. His future plans include attending college to become a physical therapist. Court members Ms. Hallie Terrebonne and Mr. Kendall Walker.
Our final homecoming maid is Miss Alyssa Mary Walker. Alyssa is the daughter of Lauren and Gary Walker. She is being escorted by her father. Alyssa is a member of the Tarpon Swim Team, National Honor Society, and serves as the Tarpon Student Council President. She enjoys drawing and painting, working at the gym, and swimming. Alyssa's future plans include attending ULL to pursue a degree in mass communication. Alyssa's escort is Mr. Austin Zack. Austin is the son of Nikki and Eric Zack. He has been a member of the Tarpon baseball team and FFA since freshman year. Austin enjoys hanging out with his friends, fishing, and playing baseball. He plans to attend the University of Louisiana in Lafayette to become an architect. Our court members, Miss Alyssa Walker and Mr. Austin Zack. Our young escorts for tonight are Mr. Benjamin Paul Chasse, Miss Gemma Ray Fullalove, and Mr. Thomas Joseph Punch. Mr. Benjamin is the 7-year-old son of Randy and Heather Chasse. He attends South LaRose Elementary. Benjamin is a member of the Bayou Baseball Academy's Dirtbags baseball team, LaRose Lasers swim team, and also a member of the Community Bible Awana Club. He loves playing sports, riding his bike and skateboard, dancing, and fishing. Benjamin plans to be the next Tony Hawk or Babe Ruth. Miss Gemma Ray Fullalove is the 6-year-old daughter of Kayla Fullalove and the granddaughter of Allison Fullalove. She attends South LaRose Elementary, participates in dancing, gymnastics, and plays basketball. She loves to swim, complete arts and crafts, and go to the beach. Gemma plans to become a math teacher. Mr. Thomas is the 6-year-old son of Jeremy and Maggie Punch. He attends North LaRose Elementary. Thomas is a member of the Hurricane swim team and the Bayou Flag football league. He enjoys throwing his cast net, playing with his cousins, hunting, and fishing. Thomas plans to become a paleontologist. Escort, Mr. Benjamin Chasse, Miss Gemma Fullalove, and Mr. Thomas Punch.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of these 15 young ladies is about to be crowned the 2020 Homecoming Queen. Miss Abigail Adams, Miss Jaylee Bourre, Miss Megan Buzigard, Miss Elena Kale, Miss Maggie Jeremy, Miss Jenna Emord, Miss Allie Fournier, Miss Caroline Grove, Miss Lauren Helmer, Miss Katie Luviere, Miss Bailey Mellon, Miss Allie Ogel, Miss Leah Portillo, Miss Hallie Terrebonne, and Miss Alyssa Walker. Just trying to add a little drama. And now, the 2020 homecoming queen is Miss Abigail Adams. Crowning Miss Abigail Adams is Miss Gay Jeremy, principal of Lafourche High School. Abigail is the daughter of Libby and Matthew Adams. Congratulations, Abigail. And now one of these 15 gentlemen will be crowned 2020 homecoming king. Mr. Nathan Oakland, Mr. Joby Sheremy, Mr. Daniel Emard, Mr. Brady Hebert, Mr. Matthew Jalbert, Mr. Miles Mathern, Mr. Joseph Pierce, Mr. Braxton Petrie, Mr. Grant Repstock, Mr. Joshua Ciano, Mr. Francois Terrebonne, Mr. Reese Toops, Mr. Tyler Tran, Mr. Kendall Walker, and Mr. Austin Zack. And now, the 2020 homecoming king is Mr. Joseph Pierce. Crowning Mr. Joseph Pierce is Ms. Gay Sheremy, principal of Lafourche High School. Joseph is the son of Kyle and Amy Pierce. Congratulations, Joseph. So, congratulations to our 2020 homecoming king and queen, Abigail Adams and Mr. Joseph Pierce.
we have some music. I have time. No, because we're we can even go eat. Yeah, I know, huh?
Welcome back here to South Lafourche. We've got about 5 minutes until the opening kick between the Tarpons and the Cardinals. Belle Chasse is taking the field. The starting lineup for the Tarpons is being announced right now, and then we'll be playing ball in just a minute. We'll get our coin toss and everything like that. Pre-game injury report brought to you by Thibodaux Regional Medical Center. The Tarpons, by and large, Coach, are pretty much injury-free. We've not seen a whole lot of guys getting beat up in the first couple of weeks, thankfully. So barring you having a little information that we don't have, it feels like the Tarpons are pretty injury-free with the guys out of quarantine.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing you, Casey.
Yeah, I was just saying that the Tarpons are relatively injury-free going into the game and have pretty much a full slate of guys available.
They are. The only injury I'm aware of is, I believe it's Landon Wisher may have some type of finger injury that he was trying to go to the doctor and maybe put a cast on it so he can play, but I'm not sure if he's be able to play tonight, this afternoon or not.
So the Tarpons are beginning to take the field, and then we'll be rocking and rolling in just a second. We'll get your coin toss. We'll get your all the specifics that we need to get you ready for high school football in the coming seconds. Very new wrinkle that the Tarpons have. They've added a tunnel. They called the starters out. They got some smoke. Everybody's fired up. Everybody's ready to roll, adding a little bit to the game day atmosphere and vibe here down the bayou. I know those kids are going to remember that for a long time. And a nice crowd here. This crowd's really filled in, and it is a gorgeous Southeast Louisiana day. The temperature for the kickoff today is, as we pull up the phone, 70 degrees on the dot, as compared to 87 last Sunday. I'll take today over last Sunday any day of the week. So the final Tarpon starters are being announced right now. Matty Ice, Matt Jalbert, the last one through the tunnel. And now the Tarpons will gather and then head to the sidelines, and then we'll be rocking and rolling in just a second.
All right, Tess Casey, you got me?
I got you, brother.
All right, Mr. Truck saying number 2 and 3. Make sure that volume's all the way up.
Gotcha. All the way. Tarpons take the field in their home blues, all blue, blue top, blue pants, white trim. Belle Chasse, exact opposite, all white. White top, white pants with the red and black trim. Tarpon captains number 27, Braxton Petrie. Belle Chasse, we've got number 70, which is Ryder Kennedy. Teams are making their way to midfield. Coach, who's our white hat today?
White hat is Julius.
Okay, very good.
I believe, is it Williams' last name,
Yeah,
possibly?
Julius Williams, good official.
Yeah, he's called a lot of our JV freshman games here in the past.
Of course, Belle Chasse is going to call the toss. A lot of folks have asked us why we're not out there for the coin toss this year. We're not allowed to be with the COVID restrictions. So we're going to have to just play it by ear and see who's going to be getting the ball and all that good stuff in just a minute as everybody else finds out.
We also have making his varsity debut as an official at South Lafourche High School this year is Mr. Ashton Dillon.
Okay, very good.
He was telling me before it's his first game he calls here.
So Belle Chasse has won the toss. They want the ball. South Lafourche will be kicking it away. So the Cardinals will look to strike first against a very mean Tarpon defense that's been awfully good. Let's go ahead and pause for our pregame prayer and the national anthem here from Galliano.
High School Department down color guard under the direction of Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Gilbert. Today's colors are presented by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Gilbert, Cadet Master Sergeant Luviere Diaz, Cadet Staff Sergeant Christian Jeremy, and Cadet Private First Class.
All right, let's rock and roll. We've got two teams hungry for a win, and only one team that's going to be able to get it. Belle Chasse will receive the football first. Tarpons will be kicking it away, and it was very apparent as we were watching the color guard try to raise the flag. It is blowing big time today. Wind could be an issue tonight, or this afternoon rather, throughout the game.
Yeah, nice little breeze out down here on the field.
Torres and the gang will be kicking it from left to right. From up the bayou to down the bayou to Belle Chasse. We'll see who Belle Chasse has to receive the kick. They have, looks like, number 5, which would be Alfred Carter. Number 12, which is Jordan Joseph. I remember that name from last year. Number 27, Sherelle Manuel. The wind seems to be blowing towards the south end zone, so if Torres lays into this one, it could potentially be either a touchback or awfully close.
Alfred Carter, sophomore back there.
Crazy train, rocking and rolling. The ball fell off the tee, so Torres will have Francois Terrebonne holding it for him. Week 3 of the high school football season in Galliano is underway with a low line drive kick picked up at the still rolling. Rolling all the way to the 5. Still rolling. Look out. Still rolling. And the Tarpons may fall on it. Belle Chasse falls on it at the 1-yard line. But, boy, it looked like South Lafourche had an opportunity for a touchdown there. But Belle Chasse finally fell atop it, and they will take over at their 1-yard line.
Carter could have come up and fielded the ball probably around the 15 or so, but he let the ball bounce. And the guy back there was at 17.
Yeah.
Lovett just went. He just couldn't field the ball, and Belle Chasse very lucky. The Tarpon defender was right there. He could have fell on for a touchdown, but someone came from Belle Chasse from outside the end zone and made a good play, picked the ball up, and got to the 1-yard line.
Ball at the half-yard line. Early jitters. This team's been locked down for 14 days. They make a mental mistake early. 1st and 10 in the veer. Just a quarterback sneak up the middle, getting a good push. Still driving near the 5-yard line, past the 5-yard line. So on 1st down, Belle Chasse gets some breathing room there and picking up about 5 or 6 yards.
That was a good push by the Belle Chasse offensive line. Just turned a quarterback sneak into about a 5-yard gain.
Trying to get the ID on the quarterback. What's the number there? 17? That's Lovett in the gun. Rolls out. Being pursued, making men miss, dropped around the 10-yard line near the 1st down sticks is Lovett.
Nice play by Wes Alamo and Nathan O'Quan coming up for the Tarpons. Lovett tried to get to the outside, but they were right there to force him back in and made the tackle.
So the ball's right at the 10-yard line. They needed to get to the 10.5, and they'll do a quick count and a quarterback sneak, and they've got it easy. So the middle of that Belle Chase offensive line getting a nice surge, and they get the first down.
Well, you have Lovett right there getting a snap and just going straight behind the center, but also you have a back coming right behind him and just getting it and pushing him for extra yardage.
Number 7, Savero Relli, 5'11", 205, big boy. Lovett under center. First and 10, ball at the 14-yard line. Just underway. And an outside run this time, not much, just slightly across the 15. They handed it to Carter. Middle of the Tarpon defense did a much better job. Number 44, Jackson Bourgeois in on the stop. And Conley as well on the stop.
71 for the Tarpons. You got a name?
Yes, I do. Elias Coronado.
Elias. Yeah, he came in the backfield, almost had him for a loss.
Bell chasing the gun. Moving pretty quick. Lovett waiting on the snap. He's got it. It was a bad snap. Rolls out to the right. Trying to bounce outside and does. Has blockers in front across the 30, 35, 40. Driven down at the 45-yard line. Nice gain. And another Bell Chase first down. Good job by Lovett there reading his blockers and working his way up the field.
Pretty obvious so far. Lovett's going to be their workhorse on that offense.
So another Bell Chase first down. They're well out of the hole near midfield. 9:53 and counting in the opening quarter. Bell Chase started this drive, buried in their end zone. They worked it out to the 44. First and 10 for Lovett. Hands it off this time to Carter. Nice gain. He's still running, 35-30. Can anybody catch him? He's brought down at the 11-yard line. Alfred Carter on a big first down gain. Bell Chase now knocking on the door. Coach, we talked about early game physicality. Right now it's Bell Chase delivering the blows up front.
Ethan Hebert, Rendazzo didn't give up on the play. They chased him down to save the touchdown.
First and goal for Bell Chase. Ball right at the 10. Can the Tarpon defense stiffen up here in the early stages of the game? Under center. Handed to Carter, and he's going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job there by the Tarpon defense. Thought maybe there was a little early movement from Bell Chase. They didn't get whistled for it, but the Tarpon stopped them at the line of scrimmage anyway.
This short field may even come back to hurt Bell Chase right here in this series.
Yep. Second and goal from the 10. In the gun, Lovett. Strong side of the field to the left. They've not attempted a pass yet. And he's going to keep it on the right tackle, and he's going to get into the end zone. There's a big surge by the Bell Chase offensive line on the right side. He was untouched. They had a large hole that young man could truck through at 6-0 Cardinals. What a drive, 99.5 yards. Great start for Bell Chase.
Yeah, definitely not what the Tarpons wanted right here. Lovett's doing a good job commanding that offense.
Tarpons will have to make some adjustments. See if they can answer that score with a score of their own. Number 92 will be on to kick it. That is Tyler Fury. Waiting on the snap. Snap is down, kick is up, it's low, and it is wobbly, and it is good. So 3 minutes in, Bell Chase strikes first. It's 7-0. We'll be back right after this break on ESPN 100.3. Could not have scripted a better start for Bell Chase. They go 99 yards for a touchdown drive on a 10-yard run from Lovett. It's 7-0 Cardinals. They're about to kick it away to the Tarpons. It will be Tyler Fury kicking it, and a host of Tarpons back deep to receive. Kicking into the wind. It's a pop-up kick that'll be fielded by Duce at the 20-yard line. He muffed it, got a fall on it, and he does at the 19. So two teams have had balls kicked their way, and we talked about that win. Both teams have muffed the return. We'll be keeping an eye on that throughout the broadcast.
Duce did not panic. He missed the ball, but he didn't panic. He just fell on it. Sometimes you see kids panic a few times trying to pick the ball up, but guys running at him. but he did a good job just falling on the ball.
So 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. The Tarpons have several players on the field right now who have not practiced in 14 days. We'll see if there's any ring rust. Matty Ice, Matt Jalbert in the gun. Waiting on the snap. Tarpons closing in their formation. Gets the snap, hands it to Petrie, bouncing outside, driving forward, gain of about 3 or 4. That's Braxton Petrie on the carry.
Nice job by Jalbert. Snap was a little high. He came down and Braxton made a nice run.
So it'll be 2nd and about 6 after a gain of 4. Good first down run for the Tarpons. 8-10 and counting in the opening quarter. Happy you're with us. Jalbert remaining in the gun. 4 receiver set. Now sending the 5th one out. Drops the pass. Throws it a slant. Caught. And that's our first Golden Motors first down of the game to Jackson Otan. Gain of about 8.
Nice round by Jackson Otan. Good throw by Jalbert for the first down.
So the Tarpons get a first down on their second play of the game, and the ball's now at the 31.
Casey, we got to wish a happy birthday to Tarpons' #1 fan. Billy Repstock turned 69 years old this week.
Wow, happy birthday, Billy. That's awesome. 69 years old. Jalbert hands it on the sweep. Nothing there. The middle of the Belle Chasse defense swallows that one up. Number 38 on the stop, Nathan Payne. They went backward that time.
On that last play, the Tarpons had 3 offensive linemen downfield going to the next level. And they just, Belle Chasse was coming straight down the field, putting a lot of pressure, and they were in the backfield early to disrupt that play.
So 2nd and long, 2nd and 15. Ball back near the 25-yard line. Jalbert, bad snap. He somehow handles it, shoots it down the middle of the field, incomplete. The timing of that one was disrupted. It was intended for Dylan Prejean, but there you saw an infielder being an infielder. Nice one-handed catch on the snap by Jalbert.
And good job offensive line, giving Jalbert time to throw the football.
So 3rd and long. The Tarpons at the 27-yard line. They've got to get to the 41-yard line. You thinking maybe a screen, or if they could protect, they can maybe get some receivers down the field. We'll see. Jalbert, straight drop, has time, shoots it deep down the field, and it's overshot everyone intended for Sidney Bruce. Sidney looked like he kind of stopped his route a little bit there. If he keeps running under that ball, he maybe would have had a chance, but it falls incomplete.
Well, this first possession, the Tarpons definitely showed a little rust. We had some guys lined up wrong where they had to readjust their alignment. And right here, I think the receiver should have possibly gone on a go route when he stopped his route.
So Tarpons will now punt it away. Rusty start. Broussard to punt it. Manuel back deep for the Cardinals. Let's get the snap to Broussard. That's been an issue early in the game. It is a good snap. And it's blocked, basically. And the Tarpons will kill it at the 41-yard line. Belle Chasse will have great field position. Looks like Broussard caught the snap, then kind of fumbled it, trying to get it down to get into his kicking motion. Either way, a great start gets even better for the Cardinals as they'll have grand field position.
Belle Chasse came with a lot of pressure out there, and Broussard kind of looked up and seen, 3 or 4 guys coming right at him. He tried to hurry up and rush his punt a little bit.
The Tarpons on the ropes early. Belle Chasse at the 41-yard line. 6:47 to go in the opening quarter. Got to stiffen up. 1st and 10 for Lovett. Strong side of the field to the left. Under center, looking to the sidelines for his call. Still got plenty of time, Lovett. Bounces outside, makes the pitch to number 9. That is Brown. Gets a short gain, but boy, Lovett took a lick on that pitch. Gain about 2. Wes Alamo popped him one in the mouth there. Maybe 2nd and 8. Talked about our pregame key, making them pitch the ball there. They did it. Didn't get a big gain out of it, though. 2nd and 8. Lovett again getting his call. Shouting out to his receivers, making sure everybody's on the same page. Inside run up the middle, nice gain falling forward, short of the sticks, but a nice positive gain across the 35-yard line.
We talked about that in pregame where the Belle Chase backs will run hard. That was a tough run by, was that Relly, is it?
Yes, Relly. We also talked about staying ahead of the chains. They've done that. It's 3rd and 2 here. They don't have to snap it before the humidity break, but it looks like they will. It's a quick quarterback sneak. Much better this time by the Tarpons. He didn't get it. Much better job that time. Number 90 was one of the Tarpons who got a big paw on that Cyrus Gilbo.
Great job by Gilbo and the rest of the defensive line. That is a tough play to stop. When that quarterback's under center, he gets the snap. He's going right behind his center, but he also has an offensive back right behind him just pushing him. That's a great job of the Tarpon defensive front.
So it's a heat and humidity break. Big 4th down coming. We'll take a 30-second break when we get back. A big play coming up in our ball game on ESPN 100.3. Under center. Hands on an outside run. They're going to get the first down. That's number 5, Carter. Needed a yard, got about 3 or 4.
Number 12, Nate O'Quinn.
Belle Chase has shown to have some athletic guards who can get out in front of the play.
So the Cardinals will play a 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Staying under center. This is not a team you want to fall behind as they could control the clock and play at their own speed. Love it in that flex. Outside run. Nice job by the guards again across the 20. Falls number 9, Brown, picked up about 8.
Joseph Pierce came up and made a touchdown saving play, that last play for the Tarpons.
So Belle Chase knocking on the door again inside the 20. Nothing complicated, just running it right at him. 2nd and 2. Love it, directing traffic. Inside run, nope, he keeps it and then falls forward across the 15. Gain of about 4. That'll be another 1st down for the Cardinals.
Quarterback keep, number 17, love it.
Yeah, a little miscommunication. The quarterback just kept it in the fullback's belly a little bit too long, but let's look for a turnover here.
1st down. Love it. Hands it off. That's a nice gain and a 14-yard touchdown by Alfred Carter. The middle of the Tarpon defense getting gashed right now by Belle Chase. It's 13-0 Cardinals.
They got guards that are pulling out, and you got a back that leads, and looks like we must be outnumbered here because they're getting some they're gashing us on that defensive front right here.
Tarpons may need to do a little more to clog that box. 4:48 to go in the opening quarter. 4:49 to go in the opening quarter. It's 13-0 Belle Chase.
Going after the number 92, Tyler Fury, the Cardinals.
Waiting on Fury's extra point try. Snap is down, kick is up. This one looks better, and it is right down the tube. So the Cardinals add 7 to their lead. It's 14-0. South Lafourche got to answer the bell here. We'll be back in a minute on ESPN 100.3. Ball's on the tee. Bombs away. It's a high pop-up kick that'll be fielded at the 25-yard line by Duce, working up the field across the 30. Still driving near the 35, and down he goes about the 34. So good opening field position for the Tarpons. Let's see if they can have better luck in their second drive.
Well, one thing, the Tarpons will not panic. They're going to stay calm here. They got a lot of football left to be played. Even though you're down 14-0, 4:44 left to go in the first quarter, this Tarpon team is not going to panic.
No doubt about it. So let's see if they could find pay dirt here. Trips to the right. That's the weak side of the field. Gilbert has one receiver flanked to the left. In the gun, man in motion. Inside gift to Petrie, breaking a tackle, but dropped near the line of scrimmage, gained about a yard or 2.
I think I figured out why I couldn't hear you.
Why is that?
I really don't want to tell you on air, but my right earpiece fell out and I never noticed.
Thought it was my fault.
Wow.
2nd and 8 for the Tarpons here. Gilbert sending Petrie in motion. In the gun, waiting on the snap. There is the snap. It's another inside run. A better gain this time, but still not a whole lot. Getting near the 40-yard line, pick up about 2 or 3.
They have some openers on the offensive line. But Belle Chase linebackers are doing a great job coming and filling these gaps and making the plays, because it looks like it would be a much bigger gain than what we're actually getting. But the linebackers are doing a great job for Belle Chase.
3rd and 5, you got to think this is a huge play. You don't want to punt the ball right back to him here. Strong side of the field to the left. Tarpons have trips in that direction. Gilbert gets the snap, straight drop, shoots it down the seam, and it's going to be a flag. That's going to be a Golden Motors first down. It was intended for Jackson Otan. They were all over him there, so the Tarpons are going to get a first down via a penalty.
From behind the play, looks like Jackson was slow in his route, but there's reasons for it. He was being held.
So it'll be a penalty on the Cardinals, and the Tarpons will advance the ball past midfield. So we'll take it. See where they walk it off. All the way to the 45-yard line of the Cardinals.
See if you can catch the Cardinals sleeping right here. They may go for a kill shot.
Be a good place in the field to do it. 3:19 and counting. The Tarpons playing a 1st and 10. Strong side of the field remains to the left. Matty Ice, play action, shoots it down the middle, batted in the air and incomplete. Tarpons got fortunate there. So it'll be 2nd and 10. 3:09 to go. Tarpons getting into the huddle and shuffling some personnel. See Darren Duce checking in, Patrick Gisclair checking in. Patrick flanked out to the left. Gilbert directing traffic. There's the give to Petrie. Better gain bouncing outside across the 40. Pickup of about 6. So good 2nd down run there.
Yeah, Belle Chase coaching staff, when Gisclair checked in a receiver, they scream it, back up quarterback, back up quarterback. So they have the Tarpons pretty much well scouted.
Yeah, they have been watching some tape. 3rd down and 4. 4 down territory here for the Tarps. Strong side of the field to the right. Gilbert in that gun. Tries the hard count. They don't move. Now looking to the sidelines. You got 10 seconds on the play clock. Now they'll try it again. Gets the snap. Straight drop. Has a little bit of time to throw. Now bounces outside. Got to make a decision. And down he goes. And just about the only thing that couldn't happen there was taking a sack. And that's exactly what did happen. The Tarpons will now have to punt it away.
Unfortunate for the Tarpons there. I think Braxton Petrie was coming out of the backfield into the flats, and he fell in his route.
2 minutes on the clock in the first quarter and running. Broussard now will have to have a better attempt this time than last time when it nearly got blocked. Gets the snap. Gets it away. Nice line drive kick. That'll be caught, fair caught at the 20-yard line. So the Cardinals will take over there. But 1:38 to go in the opening quarter. The coach, it's still plenty of game left, but it is getting late early. The Tarpon defense got to make a stand here.
You're right. I think right here the Tarpons have to get a stop and get the offense back on the field. Look, offense is moving the ball at times. Just unfortunate. Braxton doesn't fall or trips, or somebody tripped him. I didn't catch it, but I saw him on the ground. He could be open in the flats, and that could be a big gain for the Tarpons.
Got to find a way to corral Lovett. He's been smooth under center for Belle Chase. 1st and 10 from the 20. Making his calls and his checks. Fumbles the snap. The ball's on the ground. I think a Tarpon fell on top of it. Let's see. Tarpons say they got it.
I think we have that ball.
Yeah, they do. It looked like they did, and they
Hunter
did.
Conley.
Hunter Conley fell atop it, and the Tarpons needed a break, and they got one. They'll have golden field position at the 20-yard line. I was shooting pictures of the play, and it sure looked like a Tarpon fell right on top of the ball, and that's exactly what happened.
Hunter Conley came from his linebacker spot, and he just saw that ball. It was like he was in a swimming pool. He just dove straight for that ball and he recovered it.
So we were waiting on either a stand or a break, and the Tarpons get a big break. Now they got to punch this in at the 21-yard line. 1:31 to go in the opening quarter, down 14. Strong side of the field to the right for Gilbert. In the gun. Hands it to Petrie. Bouncing on the left tackle, falling forward near the 17. And Coach, point you mentioned just a second ago is very accurate. It looks like at the line of scrimmage, he's going to bust those plays for 10, 12-yard gain. But Belle Chase is closing those gaps very quickly. That one only ended up being a 4-yard gain.
You got number 3, Smith, at linebacker, 6'1", 220.
2nd and 6, ball at the 17-yard line. 1 minute exactly on the clock. Gilbert sending a man in motion. Keeps it up the middle. Driving forward near the first down sticks. Going to be close if he doesn't have it. And it will be third down and short.
I think design run all the way by Gilbert.
Do they dare go to that hammer formation that scored him a touchdown last week on the 3rd and short near the goal line? Doesn't look like it. They do have to run a play before the end of the quarter. There's 30 seconds on the clock, 22 seconds on the play clock. High snap, Gilbert with a shovel pass to Otan. Inside the 10, inside the 5, touchdown! Beautiful play designed by Coach Young, letting him into the middle and then doing a little shovel pass. It's going to be a 12-yard touchdown pass from Gilbert to Jackson Otan. The Tarpons are on the board.
The timing was off a little on that play, but they caught Belle Chase so off guard it really didn't matter. And Jackson did a good job of finding the holes on that offense once he got into the backfield and scored the touchdown.
So the Tarpons find life with 18 seconds to go in the opening quarter. It's 14-6. Swinging gate is open. Swinging gate is closed. Jesse Torres will be firing the extra point in just a second. Gilbert on the hold. Snap is down. Kick is up. It is right down Broadway. The Tarpons have cut the lead in half. 14-7 Belle Chase. We'll be back in a minute with more high school football on ESPN 100.3. We'll see if Belle Chase could better handle this kick this time. Line drive kick that'll go to the quarterback. Lovett at the 6-yard line, working up the field. Across the 20. He's got a seam. He's tripped and dropped at the 35. Coach, this Twilly Lovett is one hell of an athlete. We're going to have to bottle him up throughout the game. Every time he touches the ball, he's a danger to do something big.
Lovett was a step away from taking that one back.
So 11 seconds to go in the quarter. That is likely to be one play for Belle Chase, assuming they run the football. They have not thrown it yet. Strong side of the field is to the left. Well, maybe not, as they're moving the football now right to the middle of the field. So, ball smack dab in the middle of the hashes. Lovett under center. How do they respond after fumbling the snap and handing the Tarpons 7 points? Lovett gets the snap, play action, rolling out. He's hit, but breaks a tackle, now gets to the outside and picks up a first down and more. Kid is like dynamite, man. They had him bottled up in the backfield. He gets away and gets about 13 or 14 yards. Twilly Lovett.
Nice pressure by Cyrus Gilbo. Forced Lovett out of the pocket. Reese Toombs came in just a step. Too much inside and let Lovett get on the outside.
You know what's crazy is last year they had a young man, Jordan Mariana, and I came into the game saying there's no way their quarterback's as good as he is, as they hand it off up the middle, gain about 3. Well, it looks like their quarterback again is pretty explosive and pretty dynamic, as that'll be the end of the first quarter, but we'll keep it here with Belle Chase leading 14-7. Ball right at midfield. They'll be playing a 2nd and 7. Coach, it looked like the Tarpons had a lot of things go wrong in the first 12 minutes, but they're only down a touchdown. Let's see if they could battle back here in the second quarter.
They did. They didn't start off as fast as they wanted to, but like I said before, this Tarpon team will not panic. They remain calm. Sideline's very calm, and just one turnover right here, and they take advantage of it. If, Belle Chase has one game, one scrimmage, so we may see a few more turnovers in this game.
And wonder if they have the conditioning to play the full 48. That's going to be something we've got to keep our eyes on, as they've not had to do it yet this year. So we'll see if they could, keep their composure and keep their conditioning throughout the entirety of the ball game.
And that's a good point, because look, it's a little cooler, but it's still a little warm. You have a nice little breeze, but it's still different from playing on a night game.
So it'll be 2nd down and 7 Saw something there that I've not seen. An official was tying the shoes of a Tarpon defensive player as he had gloves on. Belle Chase now going left to right. Ball right at midfield. Belle Chase will be in the gun. Love it with Carter. And the entire offensive line moved early, so they'll go 5 back. We'll take that. Mental mistake. Easy false start there.
You think the ball was going to their left that last play?
Yeah, you ain't kidding. That's a good point there. The entire line was pulling to that direction. 2nd and 12 now. Ball at the 45 after the penalty. Quarterback keeps it. Nice hold, but he's dropped after a short gain. Terrebonne on the stop for the Tarpons.
Francois Terrebonne comes up, makes a nice play for the Tarpons again, tackles legs. Great job. Big play here.
Yep, indeed. 3rd and 8. Quarterback, love it, waiting on the snap. And he dropped the snap, and down he goes. Tarpon defense, Hunter Conley on the stop. It'll be 4th and long.
You may be seeing some a little fatigue already in the Belle Chase Cardinals. Wasn't very, the snap wasn't perfect, but it hit quarterback in his hands. He just dropped it, so losing a little bit of focus.
So Belle Chase will punt it away, and the Tarpon defense stiffens up early in the 2nd quarter. 2nd straight possession with a stop. 27 for the Cardinals. Cheryl Manuel will be punting it away. Joseph Pierce standing at the 20-yard line waiting on the kick. Coach talked about special teams being an important factor. The snap is there. The kick is a duck. Pierce will pick it up at the 25-yard line, work up the field across the 30 to the 35. So he gets a 10-yard return. The Tarpons have good field position and a net of only 15 on the punt.
Coach's staff was yelling for Joseph to get away from the ball, but it took such a good bounce right to him. I think he made a good decision catching and gained 10 positive yards for the Tarpons.
So the Tarpons will play a 1st and 10. Tarpons looking to even things up. Gilbert, strong side of the field to the right. Inside gift to Petrie, picking his way through the line, making a man miss, gets about 8 yards. So good 1st down run. Tarpons are looking a little better offensively, kind of settling into the game.
It looked like Smith from Belle Chase would have had Braxton in the backfield. Braxton's footwork is so good. He made a miss and gained positive yards.
2nd and 2 for South Lafourche. 10 minutes and counting in the opening half. Tarpons in the gun. Closed in set, though. Gisclair in motion. Inside gift to Petrie. He's got a 1st down at the 48-yard line. Move the chains. Golden Motors 1st down.
You just feel the momentum changing down here.
Tarpons beginning to impose their will a little bit. See if they could find pay dirt. Strong side of the field to the right. Gilbert throws it to the sideline. Prejean, nice grab across midfield, breaking tackles, getting to the 44. Gain of about 8. So another good 1st down gain for the Tarpons.
Nice job by Dillon. Caught the ball and went straight up the field, gained positive 8 yards for the Tarpons.
So Tarpons again staying ahead of the chains.
Yep, staying away from them negative plays.
2nd and 2. Gilbert looking to his sidelines. Waiting on the snap. Inside give to Petrie. He's got the first down. So the Tarpons with another Golden Motors first down. Needed 2, got 3. With 8:33 to go in the opening half. Tarpons going to be playing a 1st and 10 at the Belle Chase 42-yard line.
Tarpons are wearing that defensive front for Belle Chase down, but you never know when Coach Young's going to dial up something special.
This would be a great opportunity, a great place on the field to try it. We'll see. In the gun. Gilbert directing traffic. Gets the snap. It's an inside give. Petrie getting across the 40, pickup of about 5. Or if you could keep just gaining 4 or 5 yards every time you run the ball, you could just keep doing that until they stop it. Fast-moving game so far, 7:53 and counting in the opening half.
Defensive front from Belle Chase just looks a little winded.
It's maybe something we got to keep an eye on throughout the game. 2nd and 6. Gilbert, straight drop, throws it to the sideline. Pregame with the grab across the 30, falling forward to the 27. So that's another Golden Motors first down, about a 10 or 11-yard pitch and catch from Gilbert to Pregame.
Just taking what the defense is giving you.
Tarpons knocking on the door. Ball to 26. In the gun, Gilbert. Man in motion. Keeps it up the middle. Falling forward near the 24, 23-yard line. Nice first down gain of about 4. Drake makes the stop for Belle Chase. Gilbert. Strong side of the field to the right. Tries the hard count and he bluffed him. 5 free ones. 3-yard gain is going to turn into an 8-yard gain.
Belle Chase coaching staff yelling their defensive lineman, watch the ball. Did not follow instructions.
And you could just see, we talked about it, this team who has been in quarantine for 14 days, the entire team, they're tired. They are tired. The hands are on the hips. They are tired. 2nd down and 2. See if the Tarpons could finish this drive. Gilbert behind the line of scrimmage to Petrie. He's hit behind the line, falling forward, but still behind the line of scrimmage. Number 24 for Belle Chase. Moritz makes the stop. So there's a negative play. Be 3rd down and 6.
He's tried to get the ball to the athlete in space, but they had 2 defenders out there.
Tarpons don't have to run a play. We're going to have a heat and humidity break here. So it's going to be a free timeout for Coach Young to try to dial something up with 6 minutes on the clock. We'll be back in a minute. The Tarpons are knocking on the door, trying to continue to narrow down this Belle Chase lead, which is 14-7. Waiting on the snap. There's a screen, and Petrie's dropped behind the line. Number 31 for Belle Chase on the stop that time. That was Vincent Drake. So the Tarpons get close, have 2nd and 2, and then go backwards for 2 straight plays. Will they dare the Torres try, or will they keep the offense on the field? Looks like we have our answer. The offense ain't going anywhere. Gilbert in the gun. They've got to get to the 17-yard line. Man in motion. Straight drop. He has a little time. Pump fake. Rolls out to the right. Still rolling, and he is going to be dropped well short of the first down. He's dropped at the 19-yard line, and Belle Chase will take over on downs. So that hurts. The Cardinals will regain possession. 5:10 to go in the half. See if the Tarpon defense could stop him one more time. Love it, 1st and 10, ball right at the 20. There's a sweep to the outside, nice gain, getting a first down. Pick up about 12 that time for Alfred Carter. Coach, I don't know if you're commenting. We're not picking you up, brother. Belchase quickly on the ball, running another play, getting a short gain. Maybe having some issues with Coach Colley's mic right now on the sideline. Yeah, we're not hearing you, brother. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Cardinals. Love it. Keeps it, and down he goes. Hunter Conley on the stop. Thrown for a loss that time by the Tarpon defenders. It'll be 3rd and long. And this is where you want that Belchase team against the sticks.
Nice play by Conley right there. Having a little difficult time here in your Casey.
Okay, we got you that time. 3rd and 12. Belchase got to get to the 42. Love it. Still under center. Hands it off again. And they're going to get a nice game, but not anywhere near the first down. So Belchase just kind of maybe getting a little room for their punter. That was a gift to Carter. Needed 12, got about 4.
If Carter cuts down to the outside, he may pick up a few more yards, but he cut to the inside. Tarpon's right there to stop him short of the first down.
Belchase is talking about this. I don't know what there is to talk about. This feels like a dead red punt situation.
Well, I think they're just going to let the clock run down.
They're keeping their offense on the field. 3:30 and counting. It's 4th and 8.
They will not snap this ball.
I think they'd be crazy, too. They're still not out of the huddle with 7 on the clock. So you're right. They're going to just bleed this down and then call a timeout. So we'll take it with them. The Tarpons are going to be getting a punt from Belchase. Out of this break, we'll be back in 60 on ESPN 100.3. Lafourche has 3 minutes and 7 seconds, 3 timeouts, and 55 yards to go.
Great job by the Tarpon defense, giving the ball back to the offense with a little over 3 minutes left.
See what the offense can come with. They've moved the ball, just have had a hard time finishing drives. See if they could finish one here. At the 45-yard line. Gilbert in the gun. Man in motion. He hands it to Braxton Petrie. Nice first down gain. Pumping his legs. Still driving. Goes down at the 47-yard line. Gain of about 8. Tarpon starting to get a little better luck on those inside runs. 2:46 and counting in the half.
I believe the Tarpons have all 3 of their timeouts.
Yes, sir. 2nd and 2. Inside run to Braxton. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. Got maybe a foot. But didn't get it that time. Clock's going to continue to run. Be 3rd and short. 2:20 and counting.
Big play here for the Tarpons. You wouldn't think it's 4-down territory with them getting the ball back to start the second half.
2:08 and counting. Got to get to the 45. Gilbert. And we have a timeout called by Coach Young right before the snap. With 1:55 to go, Coach Young saw something he didn't like, and he's going to corral the troops. That is the Tarpons' first timeout. It hurts to call it on a dead clock situation, but if you're about to run something that you don't feel is going to work, might as well get the boys organized.
I agree. If you're not 100% sure, why not use the timeout? Make sure your team's all on the same page, because I think Coach Young knows this is a big play right here for the Tarpons.
Vision Communications, your local provider for TV, internet, home security, and automation. Learn more at viscom.net. Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. Neil Small Engine, State Bank and Trust Company, banking you can count on, member FDIC. District Attorney Christine Russell. Joe Septic Contractors, your largest sewage and portable sanitation company in Louisiana. Terrebonne General Medical Center, TGMC Community Sports Institute Education, Prevention Care, giving back to our community. 3rd and 2 here. Belle Chase leads 14-7 late in the first half. Tarpons are in Belle Chase territory, but they've got 47 yards to go and only 155 to get there.
And one of our sponsors, Neil Adams, I'm sure he's a proud grandpa with his daughter being named homecoming queen.
Amen. Third and 2. Gilbert sending a man in motion. Play action, and it's batted at the line of scrimmage. They were trying to get it to Darren Duce in the flats. Number 24 for Belle Chase, Blaine Moritz, batted it down.
Number 24.
Play was well designed and set up. We had 2 receivers blocking downfield. If that ball's not batted down, Darren has a good chance to pick up a lot of yards for the Tarpons.
And the Tarpons are going to roll the dice here.
4th down and 2.
They've got to hurry up. Play clock's down to 10. They're still not on the football.
Tarpons will take their second timeout here.
Yep, so Tarpons will call their second timeout with 1:52 to go. Give them a little more time, figure out what they want to do here. South Lafourche Bank, Total Urgent Care, Dufresne Building Materials with 4 locations to serve you. Cutoff, Thibodaux, Belle Chase, and Slidell. Saunders and Chabert, attorneys at law. Terrebonne General Medical Center, TGMC Community Sports Institute Education Prevention Care, giving back to our community. Thank all of our wonderful sponsors. Coach, what do you think? Run it, throw it, punt it? What would you do here?
Well, honestly, I think I'm taking this mask off, trying to even out my tan. Right here, I think you maybe try and catch them off sides. If not, I would go ahead and punt the ball. But knowing if you're getting the ball back to start the second half, try and pin them deep in their own territory where they couldn't do much with the football. But
well, before you called the timeouts, you had an opportunity where you could have maybe punted it, pinned them back, then used your defensive timeouts to force a punt. Now that would no longer be in play. But they are going for it, or at least they're showing they're going for it. 4th and 2. Gilbert by himself back there. Inside run, he's got the first down easy. 40, 35, dropped at the 33. The Tarpons pick up 14 yards on a dead red inside run.
that's just the matter right there. Coach Young seen where the defense was lined up and called a timeout. If they came back in that same defense, it was wide open.
So Tarpons take what the defense gives them, which is an easy first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 33. Gilbert, strong side of the field to the left. Play action, has plenty time. Shoots it down the middle, right to Belle Chase defender. How far is he going to run? 30, 35. He's dropped at the 37. Just a miscommunication there. And they'll try to get an ID on the young man who caught the ball, but he's on the far sideline, so I'm having a hard time seeing him. But the Cardinals will take over. And another instance, Coach, where the Tarpons get in plus territory and just can't finish the drive.
I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe a miscommunication, but the ball went straight to the defender.
1:25 to go in the half. It's now the Cardinals that'll have one last opportunity. It's a pretty ball from Gilbert. Nice spiral, just miscommunication somewhere, or he didn't see the defender. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. A new quarterback in the game for Belle Chase, number 10. That is Myers. Maybe the passing quarterback. Myers will hand it to Lovett this time. Bouncing around, dropped after a gain of about 6. Clock still running, 1:15 and counting. Second and 5. Belle Chase really letting some valuable real estate on the clock bleed down. Myers hands it on an outside run this time. He stopped short of the marker. The clock's going to continue to run. 52 seconds and counting. They don't seem to be in any hurry despite being near midfield. 40 seconds on the clock. Third and 2. Myers looking at the clock. 30 seconds. Straight drop. Shoots it as far as he can to Lovett. He got it. He caught it at the 16-yard line. Belle Chasse has 21 seconds. They've got to get down there and clock it.
Well, you called it their passing quarterback they put in.
The Cardinals will call their final timeout with 21 seconds. They're 17 yards away. Just a devastating end to the half. The Tarpons looked like they were in a position to go try to tie it, and now Belle Chasse may be going back up 2 scores again. But they have no timeouts. That's something worth paying attention to. If they get tackled in the open field short of a first down, it's going to be a mad dash to try to clock the football. First and 10 for the Cardinals out of the timeout. It is still number 10 under center. That is Myers. Lovett is flanked out to the right. He's the guy you got to pay attention to. Myers rolls to the right. He's pressured. It's a screen, and he's dropped. Okay, now the clock's going to run. Belle Chasse has 13 seconds and counting after the 5-yard loss. 10 seconds and counting. Boy, they better hurry. 5 seconds and counting. They're still trying, and we have Belle Chasse doesn't have a timeout. They just called a timeout. They didn't have one, I don't believe, if they just called one a second ago.
If they had their timeout, why did they wait so long? The official was taking his good old time spotting the ball, which is great for the Tarpons.
Yeah,
but, Belle Chasse, what, he had maybe 12 seconds or so after that play?
I don't know what just happened. I was pretty sure they had just called their third timeout, but they were just given another one. To be fair, they would have likely had time to spike the ball, but with 3 seconds, they're going to try a 40-yard field goal. Number 92, Fury. Snap is down, kick is up.
No.
And it does not have the leg. So that'll be the end of the first half with our score. Belle Chasse 14, South Lafourche 7. We'll be back after this 4-minute break with our halftime report. The first half was clean and very fastly played. It's only 2:20 and we've already gotten into the third quarter. Let's see what the second half has in store. Fury bombs away. High kick. Someone's got to get under it. The Tarpons do at the 30-yard line. Otan called for a fair catch, so South Lafourche will take over at the 30. Coach, you told me in the pregame that the Tarpons maybe had opportunities to return some kicks today. Belle Chasse, I think, sees the same thing, but they're not even giving them the chance. They're just doing those sky kicks.
Right, they're not kicking the ball deep at all. But still, we'll take the ball at the 30.
South Lafourche will have another possession, another crack at it. Strong side of the field to the left.
Patrick Gisclair, wide receiver for the Tarpons.
Gilbert and Petrie in the gun. See if the Tarpons can get a push. First and 10. Otan motion. Gilbert hands it to Petrie. Nice first down gain, getting about 8-9 yards. So good start to the first half on just a basic inside run that picks up 8 or 9.
Nice run by Braxton. First half, those runs were going for maybe 2 or 3 yards. That right there was 9 yards.
Tarpons will play a 2nd and 1. Need to get to the 40 there at the 39. In the gun. Inside give again. That's an easy Golden Motors first down for Petrie, falling forward to the 42-yard line. Golden Motors first down. Take that. Just underway in the third quarter if you're just joining us. Happy you're with us. Would even like more if we could see you in the stadium before the season ends. Tarpon shuffling personnel. First and 10. Gilbert. Outside gift to Petrie this time. Another big gain across midfield. 45-40. Lowering his shoulder. 35. Still fighting forward to the 31-yard line. A big gain and another Golden Motors first down.
Big credit goes out Brody Petrie, Jackson Otan out on the outside blocking. Nice job.
So it's like deja vu all over again. Tarpons again in Belle Chase territory. Now can they finish the drive? This has been the trick. Last week, as we said, 8 drives in opposing territory, only scored 2 touchdowns. First and 10 from the 31-yard line. Gilbert gives it to Petrie. Nice gain across the 30, falling forward to about the 28, gain of about 3.5, 4.
On a tackle, number
10-15 and counting in the third quarter, just underway in the second half. Tarpon's looking to maybe even things up.
Second down and 7.
Second and 7 for the Tarps. Gilbert getting out of the huddle. 5 receiver set, strong side of the field to the right. Gilbert, straight drop, he's pressured, throws it to the middle. It's caught by Otan, making a man miss, still driving forward. That's a Golden Motors first down across the 20-yard line. Gain of about 10. Very basic pitch and catch there. The Tarpons executed it beautifully. They're knocking on the door in business.
Yards after catch by Otan's big on that last play. Made a defender miss, gained extra yards.
Now in the red zone. First and 10. Strong side of the field to the left. Tarpons shuffling their receivers across the formation. Trips to the left. Man in motion, Sidney Bruce. Gilbert, inside run to Petrie. Good hard running, but not a whole lot there. Picked up about 2.
You see the Tarpons with a lot of different formations. That's part of their game plan coming in, trying to confuse Belle Chase on defense, being as their first game back in a while. They're going to try and confuse them a little bit.
All that eye candy. LSU's defense bid on all that stuff that Missouri was doing last week, all the motion and different things like that. Second and 8. Ball at the 18-yard line. Gilbert. Straight drop, blitz comes. He throws it outside, caught by Pregame. Inside the 10, breaking tackles down to the 7. It's another Golden Motors first down. Be first and goal for South Lafourche.
Nice route and catch by Pregame. He went up a little bit and got that ball. The ball was a little high, but he went. Good hands.
When you're going up for the ball in the middle of the field, you know you're going to take a lick. Dillon didn't worry about that. Made the grab, and it's first and goal for South Lafourche. Strong side of the field to the right. Tarpons in a closed-up shotgun set. Gilbert with Gisclair in motion. High snap. Gives it to Petrie up the middle. Gained maybe a yard, but the timing of that play was disrupted. Very dangerous.
A little bit of a high snap, you're right, and they threw the timing off just a little.
8:03 and counting in the third quarter. The Tarpons will play a second and goal from the 7. Got to get a touchdown here just for the momentum. You've struggled to finish drives. You got to punch it in here. Man in motion, Otan. Trips to the right side of the field in the gun. Gilbert, straight drop, flush to the right. Throws across his body and away. Out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Gilbert's forced out of the pocket. Tried throwing on the run. The ball just got away from him.
This will be third and goal from the 7. You are in Jesse Torres' field goal range, but Tarpons, I don't think, want to settle for 3 here, unless if they absolutely have to. Third and goal from the 7-yard line. 7:32 to go in the third quarter.
Might be a good spot for a little screen.
hit him with a shovel pass for a score early in the game. Coach Young directing traffic, taking advantage of the sidelines being expanded. Got to hurry, and they'll call a timeout. So the Tarpons will call a second half timeout. There was 1 on the play clock, and you certainly don't want to go backwards 5 yards. That's one thing today. I don't know if it's because they're playing more players or, the 14 days away. The Tarpons are getting into and out of their formations a little later this week than they have been in previous weeks. And it's resulted in a couple of timeouts having to be called.
You would think it had something to do with it, where, some of these kids were out for 14 days, maybe a little rusty with their formations.
Muscle memory.
And the Tarpons are throwing a lot of formations at Belle Chase.
The ball is actually at the 8-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from there. 7:30 to go in the third quarter. Belle Chase clinging to that 7-point lead. Gilbert in the gun. 4 receiver set. Man in motion. That's Petrie. Brody Petrie. Gilbert hands it to Brody, off tackle, and he's not going to get in, not even close. He got bottled up at the 16 of a yard. Good job by the middle of the Belle Chase defense.
Carrying the ball, number 4, Brody Petrie.
Now,
coaching staff talking it over. Going with a field goal.
Yeah, I think this is the wise decision. With the ability you've had to move the ball, you got to figure you're going to get down here again at some point, take the points. And now you got to execute it and make it happen.
Belle Chase defenders reminding each other, don't jump.
And if there's any type of trick or bad snap, your quarterback is your holder. It'll be a 23-yard try. The snap is down, the kick is up, and is right down the middle. So Torres bombs it home with 6:37 to go in the third quarter. South Lafourche trims 4 off of the deficit. It's 14-10 Belle Chase. We'll be back in a minute on ESPN 100.3. Torres will be kicking into the wind here, which you got to be careful with number 17's back there. That's Lovett. He's been a lightning in a bottle is what I meant to say. This time they try a pop-up kick that's going to sail out of bounds. A little bit too much leg. Boy, not a bad idea, though. They had numbers if he could have just kicked it a little bit shorter. There were way more blue jerseys than white jerseys, but it ends up sailing out of bounds.
See what Belle Chase will do here. Looks like they'll take the ball.
Get it at, the 35? So they have good field position for their first second half drive. Remember, they stalled out, knocking on the door of the end zone in the end of the first half. Missed a long field goal. Lovett is back under center. Outside give, and not much, maybe a gain of a yard or two. That was a give to Brown.
Like a bug sweep action, just get the ball to your back, get the guards, get out in front of the play. Tarpons did a decent job defending that.
Now, Belle Chase does not have to run a play here, but they are on the ball, showing that they may, with 6:12 to go and counting. Lovett under center, and they will go with the snap. Give it to Brown again. Nice gain. He's still running. 45-40. Can they trip him up? They will at the 36-yard line. Alamo stops him after a big second down gain, and a late flag, another late flag.
A nice job by West Alamo, never giving up on the play. They're going to get Belle Chase for unsportsmanlike conduct.
So Belle Chase is going to likely go 15 back after the long run, but it will still be first down. And it will be the heat and humidity break after this signal, which is dead ball, personal foul on the Cardinals. So let's go ahead and take a 30-second break. Belle Chasse is going to be going backwards 15 after a long run. They lead 14-10 on ESPN 100.3. Chasse leading 14-10 and driving near midfield. Now, my question, Coach, is if that was a dead ball after the play personal foul, why is it not 1st and 25 here instead of 1st and 10?
Honestly, that's how it should be, but that's not the rule.
Yeah.
Now, the Belle Chasse coaching staff was talking to the white hat official for a good while. I'm not sure why, because it was a good call.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Love it in the gun this time. He has number 5 with him. That's Carter. Drops the snap, and he just falls on it. So it'll be a loss of 2 on the play. Second time today the Cardinals have problems with the center quarterback exchange. One was under center, that one was in the gun.
That's things that as a coach drives you crazy, just these unforced errors.
So it'll be 2nd and long for an offense that doesn't thrive when they're against the sticks. Love it staying in the gun. Nope, going under center this time. Hampton on a sweep to the outside, trying to turn the corner, dropped after a gain of about 3 is number 5, Carter. So it'll be 3rd and 9 for Belle Chasse at midfield.
I'm sure Torrance will keep taking that. Carter keeps turning upfield. If he tries to maybe get on the outside, he might pick up a few more yards.
It'll be 3rd and 8, actually. They gave him an extra yard just across midfield. Big play here. In the gun is Lovett. Tarpon defense, you could hear their coaching staff hollering some instructions. Lovett keeps it. They get a hand on him, but he breaks free, now bounces outside. How far can he run? He may house it. He's the fastest guy on the field, folks. That's a 48-yard touchdown run for Lovett. A Tarpon defender had their hand on him at the line of scrimmage, but when he gets into the open field, you're not outrunning him. And Belle Chasse adds to their lead. It's 20-10. That kid could go.
Yeah, Lovett's very shifty, especially in the open field. He can has the ability to make people miss.
So with 4:34 to go in the third quarter, Belle Chasse goes up 2 scores. Again, it's 20-10 pending the try. Number 9 on the hold, that's Riley Brown. And then our kicker again is number 92, which again is Fury. Snap is there, kick is up, and it's good. So Belle Chasse adds to their lead. It's 21-10. Still a lot of ball game left. We've got 16 minutes on the clock, or really 4:34 in the third quarter, but 12 more after that. We'll be back in 60 on ESPN 100.3. 4:34 to go in the third quarter. Tarpon's got to make something happen here. It's got to be frustrating, but man, you're getting down in the red zone, getting close, and again for the second straight week, just can't finish drives with touchdowns. As Fury will kick a longer kick this time to Joseph Pierce. Nope, to Terrebonne at the 15. Terrebonne is hit and dropped at the 22, so the Tarpons will take over there, and a late flag comes in.
I think we'll probably get a blindside block on Belle Chasse.
Coach thinks it's 15 forward. Hope he's right. And we have a personal foul, face mask on the Cardinals. So either way, it's 15 forward.
I just seen one Tarpon player going fly, and the flag came right after.
So from the 22, they go to the 37. Tarpons will take over there. Still have time to make it happen, but boy, it's got to start happening soon. Late in the third quarter.
Here's a trick play coming up.
Yeah, the Tarpons are going to hand it to Petrie. Look out. He's got a big wall. Big wall across midfield. 40, 35, dropped it to 31. Folks, Matt Jalbert was the center there. The Tarpons had 10 players all the way on the left side of the field. He just shuffled it to Petrie, and they got a big gain on first down. The old bag of tricks from B.J. Young there.
Yeah, the Belle Chasse coaching staff saw something was up, and they would try to communicate with their players, but They're way across on the opposite side of the field.
So the Tarpons get a huge first down gain. There was just simply 10 Tarpon players versus 6 Belle Chasse players. You win that matchup all the time. 1st and 10. Gilbert, inside give to Braxton Petrie. Pushing forward, gets about 5 to the 25-yard line.
Your 5-yard gain on the play.
This is, though, has been the problem, is punching it in from here.
Ananias Johnson.
Be 2nd and 5 from the 25. 3:40 and counting in the third quarter.
Sidney Bruce checking in for the Tarpons.
Finalized their half and half. And the winner.
Tarpons' only touchdown of the game came on a shovel pass to Otan. Let's see if they throw it or run it here. Otan's in motion.
Congratulations.
Gilbert hands it off to Braxton Petrie, making men miss. Golden Motors first down to the 19-yard line, gain of 6.
Belle Chasse had 2 defenders to tackle Braxton. He planted his foot, turned upfield, and split both of them and gained the first down.
Your own man move in the red zone again. 3:08 and counting in the third quarter. Tarpons have Otan, who's unguarded right now, but Belle Chasse adjusts their defense. And we have a timeout. Coach Young is not happy.
We got 12 on the field.
So before that ball snapped, Coach Young calls a timeout. His second half timeout. You could see he was visibly annoyed by that. Now Tarpons are down to just 1 timeout. Let's go ahead and take it with them. We'll take a 30-second break this time with South Lafourche trailing by 11, but knocking on the board, trying to get a little closer here on ESPN 100.3.
Last time we called a timeout, we had a good result after.
See if they could do it again. Gilbert. Inside gift to Petrie. He's driving forward across the 15, gain of about 5. We'll take that on first down every time. And we have a stoppage because I think Petrie's helmet came off, so he's forced out of the game. Duce will check into the game. Tarpons have a new back in there for 1 snap. Not bad when you could go to Darren Duce as your second guy, and he's first team all-district off of last season's team. 2nd and 5. Gilbert got to move, 2 on the play clock. Gets the snap off, hands it to Brody Petrie, cutting inside, tripped up. No gain on the play.
The Tarpons just looked confused that entire 20 seconds before the snap.
No gain on the play.
And it cost them, and that's where you don't want to have to call your last time out there, so they rushed it a little bit. 3rd and 5 now. Again, you're in Torres's range, but, man, you can't keep kicking field goals. You got to punch one in eventually. Shuffling personnel in and out of the game here. 3rd and 5. The hammer's in. They're going to snap it to Petrie. Right at him. He's hit and dropped. He didn't get it. He gained maybe 2. So he did get a little closer, but he did not get the first down. And is there a marker on the field?
No, that's Braxton's helmet came off again, so we're going to have a 4-down play without Braxton.
So the second play in a row, Petrie's helmet comes off. Man, we got to strap that thing on a little tighter.
We're going to field goal unit.
Torres will come on for the try. Coach, you can't go where you want to go if you can't score touchdowns in the red zone, and the Tarpons right now have really struggled. It's going to be a 30-yard try from Torres. The snap is there. The kick is up, and it is good. So Torres bangs it home. It's 21-13 late in the third quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds on ESPN 100.3 with 1:03 to go in the third quarter. In case you just heard Coach Brian Colley here. Happy you're with us on ESPN 100.3. Torres ready to kick it away. Keep it away from Lovett.
An onside kick could come at any time. I think they'll go deep here, but they may have had something on and just called it off.
The kick is away. It's a high arcing kick to Lovett at the 6-yard line. Now we got to tackle him. Working up the middle of the field. He's hit and dropped. at the 26. And a Belle Chase player's helmet comes off in a late flag. And where the timing of that flag was and what was happening near the flag, I think they're going to be going forward 15 yards.
The Belle Chase's player's helmet came off. He points to the official, and right after he pointed to the official, the flag comes out. So
yep.
Who they'll catch, the first or second guy?
I think we know the answer to that one. It is a personal foul on the Tarpons face mask. So Belle Chase will get the ball now at the 41-yard line. Lovett did something very dangerous there at the end of that return. He was in the grasp and he held the ball forward to try to get an extra yard or two. You could do that near the end zone, but boy, when you're doing that at the 26-yard line, that's very dangerous.
Excellent eyes, Mr. Gisclair.
Yeah.
I've seen that from ground level.
See if they can pull it out at some point. 1st and 10. Lovett with Carter in the gun. Gets the snap. Hands it to Carter. Picking through the line. Short gain, but still driving forward. Still pumping forward. Gets about 4. Thought he was going to get 1 or 2, but he ended up keeping his legs going. Gets to near the 45.
They don't have to run a play right here. Time clock, play clock looks to be identical.
I was just about to say the same thing. There was a slight delay in resetting the play clock, and that's going to allow them to not run a play if they don't want to, but they're getting on the ball quickly. And they will hand it to Carter again. Nothing. He didn't got maybe a yard that time. Hunter Conley and a host of Tarpons in on the stop. And that'll be the end of the third quarter, I think. Yeah, that'll be the end of the third quarter with our score. Belle Chase 21, South Lafourche 13. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes of action. You're listening to Varsity Football on ESPN 100.3. We're going to start the fourth quarter with arguably the biggest play of this game. Belle Chase having 3rd down and 5. Tarpons need to get them off the field here. Ball's at the Belle Chase 46. They've got to get it just across midfield.
I'd like to start quarter off, come right here after a little delay with a hard count, see if you can get the defense to jump.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. They tried it once and fooled themselves. The entire offensive line jumped. See what happens here. They do still have Lovett in at quarterback. We've also seen Myers play in obvious passing situations, but they got Lovett under center here. 3rd and 5. Inside run. Driving near the sticks is number 7, Relly. I don't think he got it, but boy, he got awfully close. They needed 5. He got about 4.5.
Let's see if they come on the center right here with a quarterback sneak again.
It'll be a full yard that they're going to need to get. He didn't get a very friendly spot. They've had success with those quick quarterback sneaks in the game. Big play. Can the defense throw him back one time?
Good spot for a turnover, too, right here.
Lovett with the hard count. Goes straight forward.
He ain't got it.
I don't know. It's going to depend on the spot. I don't know. He got a pretty nice spot from the officials before they marked the ball, and they're saying 1st down without even measuring.
Well, it's going to be a 1st down, but which way?
I don't know that he got as forward as the line judges are marking him. They're putting the ball down on the yard marker, and that's going to be a 1st down without even measuring. That's a terrible spot.
Well, I'm waiting back at the play, but it looked like we're short from here, but I really can't.
I didn't think he got that far forward.
Really not valid from where I'm at.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Ball at the 49-yard line. He may well have gotten it. I just thought that it wouldn't have been so obvious that they didn't even have to measure it. Lovett under center. Goes to the outside, now inside. He's bottled up, he's dropped. He pitches the ball to no one. Boy, very dangerous. He pitched the ball while in the grass. There was no back there. Fortunate for him, he was near the sideline and the ball went out of bounds because, boy, that could have been scoop and score touchdown. But instead it goes out of bounds.
It also stops the clock. I know it's still 11:02 left to go in the game, but the Tarpons may need every second here.
2nd and 13 with 11:02, as Coach said. Lovett in the gun this time. He has Carter with him. Strong side of the field to the left. Lovett has a hard time with the snap. Now running up the middle. He's stacked up. He's dropped. Got maybe a yard. Alamon, and also number 35 for the Tarpons was there. That's Reese Toops. This is where you want him right here, 3rd and long.
Busted play, but Wes Alamon, I think, still stopped a big gain for the from the Cardinals here.
Now you've got to be on alert because they're bringing in the passer here, Stone Myers. They're going to be looking to throw the ball to Lovett here. Got to find them and bottle them up. It's going to be 3rd and 13. Nope, Myers is not in at quarterback. He's in at tight end. Lovett in the gun. And we have a timeout before the snap by Belle Chase with 10-11 to go in regulation. We'll take it with them, but a big play coming up out of this break. You're listening to Varsity Football on ESPN 100.3. 3rd and 12 for Belle Chase after the timeout. And now they do have Myers under center, so be careful. He's been the thrower. Lovett is flanked out. Myers will roll out. He's under pressure. He's hit, and he's finished at the 41-yard line. Number 90, number 71 for South Lafourche there to finish it off. Number 90 being Cyrus Gilbo, 71 Elias Coronado. Tarpons will force a punt.
Obvious passing situation here. Tarpons just came in with pressure right here. And again, Alamo, Jackson Bourgeois doing a great job on defense, forcing the punt.
Coach, I have no idea why the clock is not running, but the Tarpons will take it. With 10:01, he was sacked in the open field. It'll be 4th and a mile. And the Tarpons come on a block here, maybe get one. They're going on a return. It is a line drive kick. Joseph Pierce at the 30 dropped it. And Belle Chase got it. Special teams. Been a bugaboo at times this season. Tarpons tried to do a little too much. You get the momentum after forcing a stop, and then you muff the punt. It's just been one of those types of nights so far. 9:46 to go in regulation. Belle Chase now knocking on the door.
Simple. Simple here. Tarpon defense needs to step up.
Ball at the 27-yard line. After the costly turnover, Coach Young said, hey, we got to limit our turnovers. They've already got 2 in this game, an interception, now fumble. Lovett under center. Looking to the sidelines. He's still got plenty time. Directing traffic. Hands it to Brown off right tackle. Pushing forward, spinning out of a tackle, getting about 3 or 4. Thought he was going to get just a yard or 2. These guys, Coach, do such a good job of finishing the run. They are hit 1 or 2 yards down the field and just keep driving forward and then picking up 4 or 5.
They do. They get their line out in front of them and get a strong push. And Belle Chase needs to be careful here. They're extending that ball out a lot.
Yeah. 2nd and 6 from the 24-yard line. Lovett staring to the sidelines. Taking their time as you would expect. Inside give to Relly. Not much that time. Maybe. Oh, but the Tarpons had the ball coming out of the pile. They blew it dead. Hunter Conley came out of the pile with the balls running to the end zone. They're going to say the forward progress was stopped, and Conley's beginning to cramp.
And the clock is not stopped.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Cardinals. Tough break there. And as Coach said, the clock has continued to bleed. They haven't even started the play clock yet. Now they start it.
look here, sometimes maybe a buck sweep action to the wide side of the field.
They tried a long field goal earlier in the game. If they get a little closer, they may try to go up 2 scores with it here. Tarpon's got to stop them. Love it. Under center. Waits on the snap. There's the sweep to Brown. Still fighting. He didn't get the first down, but he got really close. It'll be 4th and about 2. And another one of those plays where it looked like they had him at the line of scrimmage, and he just kept pushing.
I think what Belle Chase will do here is bleed that clock down as much as they can and probably call a timeout.
It's 4th and a full yard. 7:33 and counting. Time is becoming an issue because if they go up 2 scores here, it's going to be really dicey for the Tarpons. 4th and 2. High form. They handed to Brown. He got it. Needed 2, got 3. Belle Chase will move the sticks and continue to grind down that clock. That's why we said in the onset you don't want to fall behind these guys because they could drain the sand out of the hourglass. They're at the 15-yard line. Love it. Under center. Hands it on the sweep to number 9. That's Relly. Picked up a couple. Excuse me, that's Riley Brown on the sweep. My apologies. Picked up about 2 or 3.
Yeah, Brown had his blockers coming out the outside the field. He just planted and cut back on the opposite side.
They do have to run a play here. So if I'm Belle Chase and I have any type of pass play in the red zone, I'm using it here because even if it's incomplete, the clock's stopping after this play regardless. So maybe an opportunity to try a trick here. Love it. Inside gift to Brown. It's a nice gain near the 5, and I think he's got another first down.
He's short. He's a yard short.
Just short, but that'll be our heat and humidity break with 6 minutes to go. Belle Chase looking to maybe drive the last nail in here. They're leading 21-13, and they're knocking on the door. We'll be back in a minute on ESPN 100.3.
See if Belle Chase comes with a quarterback sneak.
Love it on the center.
Nope, they're on the center.
Have that wishbone set. Inside give, stopped and dropped. Hunter Conley got there. They lose 2 or 3 yards. So now decision time. If they can make a field goal here, they would really be in the catbird seat. But I don't know. It's a risky call, and we're going to have a timeout on the field because a Belle Chase player, I think, lost his helmet. They are bringing the
play the game right there for the Tarpons. They come up. Belle Chase goes on the center. The quarterback sneak. That's tough to stop for half a yard. They tried to run something a little wide and got stuffed. So big 4th down kick here.
They are trying the field goal, which will be a 25-yard kick. 5:30 and counting.
Belle Chase will probably call a timeout here.
Not a bad idea. They will with 5:18 to go. So Belle Chase will be kicking to try to go up 2 scores. Leading 21-13. Can the Tarpons get a special team surge, try to block or something like that? Been a good ball game. 4th and 4, so the Tarpons have to make sure to stay on sides here before the kick. Don't want to gift them a first down. .518 left in the game. A reminder, we're back on schedule next Friday as the Tarpons will be taking on Vanderbilt. Here we go. 25-yard try. Fury. Brown the holder. The snap is there. The kick is up. And it is good. So Belle Chasse will add 3 to their lead. Those are a big 3 points. They lead 24-13 with 5:12 to go in regulation. We'll be back in a minute. You're listening to Varsity Football on ESPN 100.3. Offensively, you've got to get a score here pretty fast. Belle Chasse will be kicking it away. Fury.
Well, I remember early in the year when Gilbert, was in at quarterback and came in and had to throw the football. We had some success, so it can happen.
No doubt. Fury with that pop-up kick. That'll be fielded at the 25-yard line, working up the field and drop near the 30 is number 5, Ethan Hebert. So the Tarpons do have pretty good field position, 70 yards to go. Figure if you score the touchdown, you would go for the 2-point conversion to try to make it a 3-point game. But we got to get down there first. South Carolina did defeat Auburn 30-22. Auburn had the ball inside the South Carolina 10-yard line. The time expired. That scoreboard update brought to you by Brent Abity, candidate for Lafourche District Attorney. First and 10. Gilbert pressured, flushed out of the pocket, on the move, throws it to the sideline. That's going to be caught.
Oh, my goodness.
By Sidney Bruce.
Wow.
What a play. That is a college-level throw by Gilbert on the run, under pressure. Sidney Bruce drug a foot at the tail end of it and got out of bounds. So it'll be 2nd and 2 after a gain of 8. Beautiful play.
Great job by Sidney Bruce right there. That was a heck of a catch.
Making chicken salad out of you-know-what. 2nd and 2. Gilbert to the sidelines again, caught by Petrie. He's got a first down. That'll stop the clock temporarily. This will be another Golden Motors first down, 4:51. That's what they call the 4-minute offense. Clock will start back. They've got to get in a hurry quick, though. Gilbert, bunch formation. Drop back to pass to the middle, called by, he dropped it. Petrie had it, maybe looking up the field, and it fell incomplete, and that's a big blow to the Tarpons, but he had some room to run. Another instance, Coach, where it just feels like it's just been one of those days.
And we still have, 4.5 minutes left to go in this game.
Have to punch it in around the 2:30 mark. Sooner the better. Gilbert 2nd and 10. Throws to the sidelines. Bruce couldn't corral it that time. Falls incomplete. Now you got to worry about getting first downs with 2 plays to get 10 yards.
Yeah, tough situation to be here in right now. You need to pick up 10.5 yards for that first. You need to throw the football, but now if you come up incomplete, it's a big 4-down play. So definitely 2-down territory here.
Yeah, no doubt. 3rd and 10. Got to get just across midfield. 5-receiver set. Gilbert has time, throws it, intercepted. Number 4 for Belle Chasse stepped in front of that one. That's Jeremiah Moses, and he may house it. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and Belle Chasse has just driven the knife in the coffin. They have just secured a victory today on an interception return for a touchdown. It's 30-13.
There's going to be a flag here. I know one of our players pushed somebody in the back on the return.
So Belle Chasse has locked this one up with 4:14 to go. We're going to await the penalty. If it were by some chance to be on the Cardinals, the score would get taken off of the board, but Coach Colley thinks it's a shove in the back on a Tarpon. I don't know, they are talking about it for quite some time. We have a dead ball, personal foul on Belle Chasse. So the score is going to count because it's a dead ball penalty. but Belle Chasse will be marched farther back for either the kickoff or the extra point. And we have now, he's saying a second foul on South Lafourche, or did he just point the wrong way the first time?
Well, right here he called an illegal block, so they did see the illegal block on us behind the back.
So it'd be one foul on each team. Fury will attempt the extra point try, which is up. And it is good. So Belle Chasse is added on. They lead 31-13 after the interception return for a touchdown. There's 4:14 to go. The Tarpons are going to try to take a little pride into next week, get a score on the board after this break on ESPN 100.3.
Yeah, I'm standing right in back. The official was in front of me. We both had the same angle, so, I mean, it was pretty obvious.
Give credit to the Belle Chasse Cardinals, not playing a game yet this season. They came out firing on all cylinders. They're going to get to 1-0. After a line drive kick, that'll take Terrebonne into the end zone, but he's going to return it and get to the 11. I thought that would have been a touchback. I thought if momentum carried you forward, it was a touchback, but regardless, he's stopped at the 11.
Yeah, we seen that call early in the year, and I spoke to the official after, and he had told me that he messed up that call.
Okay.
That if your momentum carries you into, I believe you can take it out.
Okay, that makes sense. So 1st and 10 from the 12. Gilbert will lead the offense onto the field. Five receiver set. Strong side of the field to the left. Straight drop. Has time. Shoots it to the sidelines. Caught by Pregame, making a man miss. Still fighting to the 28, so it's a gain of about 16. And a great job there by Pregame coming back to the ball and helping his quarterback out.
Yeah, very quietly. Dylan Pregame is having a pretty good game at receiver.
Yes, he is. So 4:03 and counting when they blow the whistle, which is, well, clock's still not running. We'll take it. Gilbert stepping up, and down he goes. A lot of Tarpon faithful complaining about something.
Well, they want a face mask called, but he missed the face mask, and he grabbed the shoulder pad.
Yeah, it looked like he maybe got him by the shoulder pad. So it'll be 2nd and 12. 3:36 and counting. Tarpon's got to pick up the pieces before district play, taking on a good Vanderbilt club next Friday. Gilbert. Straight drop, throws it incomplete. Intended for Pregame. Pregame took a lick after that ball hit the turf, but the defender's just reacting. Doesn't know if he's going to catch it or not.
Yeah, it made it look a lot worse than what it was because he hit him real low.
3rd and 12 here. Gilbert, straight drop again, under pressure, flushed out, got him run. He will run, picking through his blockers and dropped, well short of the sticks. So if you're Coach Young, what do? You're down 3 scores. You're not coming back here. Do you punt it away and wave the white flag, or do you go for it?
He's going for this.
Okay, so he's going to go for it here.
I don't know if you made an adjustment, but I hear you clear as can be right now.
Yeah, I didn't do anything different. Things have a way of working out. 4th and 7. Gilbert under pressure. Shoots it to the sideline. It's tipped and nearly intercepted. It was intended for Otan, and that was a situation there where Jackson could have maybe come back to the ball and helped out his quarterback. He wasn't aware the defense was collapsing in on it, though. And Belle Chasse will take over. And they really don't have to do a whole lot. With the Tarpons only having 1 timeout, they could just kind of sit on it from here.
You have to give credit to the Belle Chasse Cardinals. They come in here, not playing a game in a while, and they show no signs of being unconditioned. They are a well-coached football team, and they have some good running backs and a quarterback.
Stephen Myers, head coach, had his guys ready. Couple of snaps and then we'll be out of here. Love it. Hands it on the sweep to Brown. Not much. Lost a yard. School of Tarpons on the stop. And if you're South Lafourche, coach, you've got to figure out a way in the week of practice to start putting the ball in the end zone. For the second straight week, you lived in their territory and just couldn't score. I mean, that's got to be a very frustrating thing for Coach Young and his guys.
And they move the ball at times. Like you said, when they get to the red zone, they just one play here or there just gets them out of their plan, how they wanted to attack Belle Chasse, and it proved costly for them.
Cardinals taking their time. We're inside of 2 minutes. They've got 6 on the play clock. Love it. Ball in the middle of the field. He's got to hurry. He does just get it off. He's going to roll to the right, try to beat him to the corner. He's going to be clipped up after a short gain. Randazzo on the stop. I tell you what, if I'm Belle Chasse, I've got this game won. I am not letting Lovett take a shot like that. I think he'd be better off handing the ball off the rest of the game. Too valuable a piece of real estate.
They may want to get him as many reps as they could.
Perhaps.
Still dangerous.
Yeah, no doubt. 3rd and 8. 113 and counting. And here's the snap. They hand it off to Carter, bouncing outside, driving forward. He's got a first down, and now it should just be one kneel down and then the end of the game. The next snap will come with about 20 seconds on the clock. Tarpons will fall to 1-2. Belle Chasse gets to 1-0, and it is looking like a victory formation here for the Cardinals. And there it is. So that should be the last snap of the game. Coach, some final thoughts. Belle Chasse comes down the bayou and gets the win.
Well, again, you got to give Belle Chasse a ton of credit. You know, they come in here after their whole team was quarantined for a couple of weeks. And, you know, they took it to the Tarpons early. And the Tarpons still look on offense. They move the ball at times. Just got to find a way to get this ball in the end zone.
Some good sportsmanship. I know the teams aren't allowed to shake hands anymore, but some things are bigger than the game. Saverio Orelli for Belle Chasse just shook hands with every single Tarpon defender before trotting off of the field. So congratulations to Belle Chasse. They got a 31-13 win over South Lafourche. Teams are embracing, and it looks like that'll be the end of the ball game. Coach, Tarpons got to get ready to rock and roll before district starts on Friday. What are some things you think they're going to be cleaning up here?